are handing out some new folders for math. So you'll still have Ms. Lisa's folder, but this is for just to help you guys keep everything together with my work. So your packet is in there today, and your homework is in there today, and if there was any missing work, that's in there as well. And we're a little short on time today, so we're going to jump right in, and we're going to start talking about what we were talking about again on Friday. Does anybody remember what we were doing on Friday? Daniel?
Sales tax.
Sales tax. Who remembers how much sales tax is in Philadelphia?
8.
I can't hear anybody until I raise their hand. Yes, Jeremy. Great. Thank you for participating appropriately.
2.
We got one of these. Kyle. Philip. All right, guys. So the only thing you should have on your desk. Sorry, attention up here, please. I need everybody's attention. Great. The only thing you should have on your desk right now is your yellow math folder. We're going to get calculators, and you should have something to write with, because that's all the supplies you need to do this fun math we're going to do today. Ashley's coming around with calculators. Oh, that's a really great question. Kyle asked a great question. He asked if I'm going to collect the yellow folders. Those are for you to take home and bring back. So that's for you to keep your guided notes that we write together, to take your homework home and bring it back in, and any other paperwork you guys think is helpful for this class. Yes, please. What's that? Do you want to help me with this today? You sure can. Yeah. Great. Okay. So we talked about, thanks to Daniel, we remember that we were talking about sales tax, and thanks to Jaren, we remember that sales tax in Philadelphia is 8%. So we're going to jump right in and try to remember, and if you have your notes from Friday, you can use them. We're going to remember, what is the first step when we're figuring out sales tax? So somebody says it's 8% sales tax that you have to add to the price of an item. What's the first thing you have to do with that 8%? Yes,
I believe you add it to
you will eventually add it to something. That's a good idea. First thing we have to do, though, we can't do math when it's a percent. So what do we have to turn this into? Yes, please.
100.
What do you do with the 100?
Divide.
Yup, you divide it by 100. Great. So you do 8 divided by 100, and that gets you 0.08. And that's the math we're going to use for sales tax. So I don't quite fit on my board here, but so that rule applies for whatever sales tax we're charging. Remember on Friday we said in Los Angeles they pay more sales tax than us? So in Los Angeles, if you had 10% sales tax, this is the same thing we did when we were doing percentages last week. 10% is 10 divided by 100 equals 0.10. So these are the numbers we need to do math to figure out our total price after taxes. So we're going to look at a couple of items today. I know on Friday we looked at, we talked about adding sales tax to things in theory, but today we're actually going to look at some pictures of some items. So the other thing I want to do really quick is go over, so now that we know we have 10 or 8% sales tax, and that means 0.08. If we have an item that is $10, oops, Mrs. Leszkowski can't write today, it's Monday morning. If we have an item that is $10, thanks for following along everyone, and what do we have to do with that $10 to find out how much extra sales tax we have to pay? Police. That's close. Anybody else want to try? Ash? You times it, exactly. What do you times it by? 100. No, good guess though. It was the thing that we did with 100. Philip?
0.08.
Exactly, 0.08. So we take the item's price, and this is on your notes from Friday. We times it by the sales tax rate. And then what?
I have a question.
Yes.
Are we writing this one?
No, this is all the same stuff you would have written on Friday. So if you don't have those notes, that's okay. You can bring them from home for the next time you do it. Kyle?
And you add it $500.
And you add $10 back onto it because you're adding it to the item price. So this is our formula, guys. When we're adding sales tax, we're gonna do the item price times the sales tax rate plus the item price. Does anybody know what that gets us? What does that equal? Kyle?
10.8.
10.8?
10.8.
Oh, 10.8, perfect. You got it. So now we know that instead of just $10, because there's sales tax, you actually have to pay $10.80. So 80 cents here and there doesn't sound like a lot of money, right? Jaren, is that a lot of money, 80 cents? Is it a lot or a little? Would you rather have 80 cents or $80? $80, me too. So when you're buying things for $10 or $5, the sales tax doesn't seem like a lot. But what if we go to the THOMFEST department store and we want to buy like an iPad or something? Now we're talking about $399 plus tax. Or maybe we need a new computer chair because my back hurts and it's $199.99. So when we get into bigger numbers, you're really going to notice how much sales tax adds to the amount of money you're spending. So this is something really important to remember when you're budgeting. And who did I say was going to teach you about budgeting soon? Anybody remember who's going to teach you about budgeting real soon?
Please.
I heard it.
This,
Ms. Leese. Ms. Leese is going to be talking about budgeting really soon. So we're going to have to remember this stuff. Okay, so let's take a look. My store is too big, guys. Let's take a look, and we'll pick something that we're going to buy together. Who wants to pick what we're going to buy? Jamal.
iPad.
An iPad? Of course that's the first choice. Who doesn't want an iPad? Nice. No iPad for you? Okay, fair enough. We'll get you something else. So what's the first step, guys? We have, if sales tax in Philadelphia is 8%, what do we have to do with that 8%? If we have sales tax of 8%, what's the first thing we need to do? Kyle.
Times it by 0.
You're close. I think you're doing the next step. What's the very first thing we do with this 8% so that we can use it in our formula?
0.08.
Turn it into 0.08. Right on. You are right on point there. So that's our sales tax rate, 0.08.